We live in a new time right now. I remember when I used to live in New York and I moved out here. It was Kiss FM, and it turned into Hot 97, which was a station to listen to. And I'd be mad. I'd be in Miami like, they ain't got no good radio stations, and I miss Hot 97 and all. And whenever I would go visit New York, I just hit the record button and just record the radio station all day, all night, and then I just take it back with me to Florida and all. But now
back when Hot 97 was actually good.
Yeah, Well, I mean, at the same time, I'm talking about the 90s. So I mean, they had a lot to work with. They had a lot of great talent coming out in the 90s and all.
Just so I was talking to Vinrod from Naughty by Nature just the other day on the Ryan Show, which will be airing on your channel in a few days. And that same interview, he talked about this Saturday, and he talked about how he doesn't want to cannibalize hip hop, and he doesn't want to smack about the new rappers and the music that's coming out, and I understand that, but I'm not a hip hop artist, I'm a listener. So from my point of view, I just don't think that a lot of the music now is going to hold up in 30 years the way that Naughty by Nature does, because it's just not, I don't want to say good music, but it's not as relatable to everybody. It's a certain type of energy with this type of mumble rap and being on lean and all that type of stuff. I just don't see in 30 years and having that same type of thought. But hey, what do I know? I'm sure people said the same thing about when it was called gangster rap back in the day. Yeah. So I guess we'll just have to find out.
Yeah, well, my logic of it is, like, as coming from a DJ point of view, I do see lasting for their generation, because the way, am I a fan of a lot of that's out there? No, it's not. But it's not meant for me because my time in a way passed, because you got these younger kids. I'm not supposed to understand what a 15, 16-year-old, maybe a 20-year-old is rapping about. It's meant for them. Just like when Tupac came out. Remember, Tupac and Biggie, they were in their early 20s, and we was more relatable to us. That's why you still got guys like Nas and Jay-Z and even Mr. Cheeks and everyone who's still dropping albums that's catering to the older crowd. And what a lot of people tend to forget is that hip-hop is still new. It's only, 40, maybe 41, 42 years old, so there's a lot of people who thought that, I'm too old to listen to hip hop, because hip hop is not no classical music or R&B music that's been out forever. We grew up with hip hop. So while some people think, well, maybe I'm too old to be listening to hip hop, it's not true. That's why you got artists like I said, Jay-Z and them, who's still dropping albums that write songs that relate more to our age group and all. So now hip hop has different types of age group. They have the young youth, the teenagers, the young adults, all the way up to the adults and all, and so on and so on.
I agree, but I will say this: when I was 20 years old, I wasn't listening to Drake. I was even and Lil Wayne, I couldn't stand listening to those guys. I was listening to stuff that was coming out 20 years before that, 10 years before that. It's just my preference, but I mean, and I can't relate. Look, I probably relate least to when I'm listening to like 90s gangster rap and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, white kid growing up in the Hamptons, but it was good music, and that type of energy that came with it put me in those shoes. And it's hard for me to want to step into the shoes of, I feel a lot of hip hop is personality. Like, not like OGB just had such a personality that it didn't always matter what he was saying. It was that energy behind it and that charisma behind it. And I just don't see it with a lot of these kids. Some of these kids definitely, there's a lot of sick artists out there, J. Cole. And I can even appreciate some of the newer ones that I might not, like, for instance, Vin Rock brought up a great one, like Rich. I get it. It's like catchy. It's fun. I totally understand. I guess it's more like the Lil Peep and that type of stuff that I don't know. But hey, I guess only time will tell.
Well, also remember is the cream always rises to the crop. Right now, the problem is